Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai. Dr.M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai.
A warm good morning to one and all present here. Hope everyone is safe and sound. Well, I'm Ramya, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management, shall be your host for the day. The world is full of diamonds and gems, and we are having some of them here today to build this event. On behalf of the Department of Human Resource Management, I extend a hearty welcome to all the dignitaries and faculties of various institutions for talent acquisition before and after COVID-19. It's my privilege to extend a warm welcome to our speaker for the day, Mr. Joshua David M D. Before we commence, the feedback form will be available in the YouTube chat box at the end of the session. You are requested to complete and submit the form before today on PM. Later, the form will be deactivated. The e-certified participation will be sent to register email immediately. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. With this wonderful quote, may I request Dr. R.J.M., Head of the Department, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Ramya. Great vision without great people is irrelevant. Jim Collins. With this wonderful quote, a very good morning to one and all. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you all for this one-day national level webinar on talent acquisition strategies before and after COVID-19 on behalf of the Department of Human Resource Management, Dr. M.G.R. Educational and Research Institute, University. Heartfelt gratitude to our founder Chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam, and to our Honorable President, Engineer A.C.S. Arun Kumar, for their never-ending motivation, encouragement towards conducting various programs. It's my privilege and honor to welcome our speaker of the day, Joshua David M D, India Campus Lead MPHASIS, and he has 16 years of rich experience in HR function, specializing in all aspects of talent acquisition, which includes campus hiring, lateral hiring, recruiting, and so on. We feel happy to have you today with us, and thank you so much for your presence today, sir. Welcome, sir. Hearty thanks to our Joint Registrar, Dr. S. Ramalingam, Dean Dr. S. Manivannan, and Deputy Dean of Administration, Dr. K. Sendil Kumar, for their continuous encouragement and support. A pleasant welcome and thanks to our Deputy Dean of Academics, who is a very young, energetic, and enthusiastic person, Dr. A.R. Arunachalam, for his presence today. He is such a soft-natured person who always helps and supports us in all the ways. Welcome, sir. A very warm welcome and thanks to all the executives, deans, HODs, faculty members, and all others for your never-ending motivation and support to us in all the ways. Welcome and thank you to two wonderful people, who is none other than Mr. Ganesh Babu and Ms. Akshaya, who are always behind the screen, supporting us in making all the program a grand success. Talent acquisition refers to the process of identifying and acquiring skilled workers to meet the needs of every organization. The talent acquisition team is responsible for identifying, acquiring, assessing, and hiring candidates to fill open positions within a company. Employer branding, future resource planning, diversifying a company's labor force, and developing a robust candidate pipeline, which are the cornerstones of talent acquisition. The coronavirus pandemic has changed the world forever. Our lifestyle has undergone a seismic shift in the past few months. So it's hardly surprising that COVID-19 has also changed the way people hunt for jobs and the way companies look for new employees. More and more people are turning to technology to find the perfect fit for them. While the global spread of the virus that causes COVID-19 has resulted in enormous damage to the economy and businesses around the world, hiring is still a top priority for many organizations. Talent acquisition just looks a little different now. As we all know, the year 2020 has been one of the challenging years for every one of us. This challenging year emphasizes the businesses to establish new trends in every area of organization, including recruitment and talent acquisition. Recruitment is undergoing a revolution, and this revolution is being led by technology and automation. The growing needs of the recruitment industry has fueled the popularity of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotic process automation. The three are having a huge impact on hiring processes. There are some advanced technologies which are disrupting the recruitment landscape like candidate sourcing, candidate screening, candidate assessment, interview scheduling, candidate engagement, etc. Many employers are facing new challenges. Those deemed essential need people on site to care for patients, serve customers, or make and distribute products. Hiring employees for those roles can be tricky as some workers are hesitant to be physically present due to concerns about contracting the virus. In other settings, employees can work remotely and are being hired virtually to fill positions without ever visiting the workplace or meeting in person with recruiters. HR reps or hiring managers. The result is that they are experimenting with and implementing novel approaches to talent acquisition. As we enter the year 2021, every talent acquisition leader perceives 2021 as a rebounded year. Thus, to hire an idea talent from the talent pool, companies have to set some exclusive and extraordinary talent acquisition strategies. And they should follow the best practices to eliminate the shadow of 2020. To make know more about the strategies to be adopted after COVID to come out from this current situation, today we have Joshua David with us. I am also eagerly waiting along with you to hear about the strategies which are going to be adopted. Hope this session will be an eye-opener for all of us related to talent acquisition. Once again, I welcome you all. COVID has not gone. It has only reduced. So don't forget to wear mask while going out. Wash your hands frequently. Maintain social distancing. Take vaccination if not taken. Be safe. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for warmly welcoming each and everyone. May I now call upon our Deputy Dean, Academic Dr. A.R. Arunachalam, to deliver the felicitation address. To you now, sir.
So thank you, ma'am. So very good morning to one and all connected here. On behalf of Dr.M.G.R Education Research Institute, Adayalampattu Phase II campus, I would like to welcome you all to this national level webinar on talent acquisition strategies before and after COVID-19, which is especially conducted by Department of Human Resource Management. So first of all, I wholeheartedly thank our Honorable President, Engineer A.C. Saran Kumar sir, for his constant encouragement and support rendered towards us. And I'm really grateful to him for his kind approval today to conduct this wonderful national level webinar. Next, I would like to appreciate the Department of HRM for organizing this wonderful national level webinar today. To start with, I would like to congratulate and appreciate the head of the department, Dr. R. Jayam ma'am, as well as along with other faculty members, Mrs. Niveda Rajit ma'am and Ms. Ramya ma'am, and then the technical part which has been taken care by Mrs. Akshaya ma'am of English department, as well as Mr. Ganesh Babu, who is a system admin. So it's a whole team effort who is successfully organizing this wonderful webinar. So next, I would like to welcome the resource person of today's event, Mr. Joshua David M D, who is the India campus lead at MPHASIS. So thank you so much, sir, for accepting your invitation to take this wonderful session on a very important topic. I think this is very important topic, which I could say, which is a need for the hour for many people, for many youngsters who have graduated recently. So I think there is always something like before COVID and after COVID. But based on the resource person, we had just a small meeting with sir. Based on his conversation, we would be able to understand that there are so many opportunities presently in 2021 more than 2019. So I think there are a lot of opportunities for youngsters. Maybe the strategies would have changed, but still there is plenty of opportunities to grab for the youngsters. So definitely this session is going to be an eye opener, or maybe through this session, I think we will be able to understand how the things have changed after COVID-19. What are all the possibilities? I mean, what kind of talent is required after COVID-19? Because as you all know now, after COVID-19, there is more need for the digital skills, as well as I think the employees should be more flexible people. So a lot of expectations from the company or maybe from the industry side. So today I think our resource person is going to talk about this very important topic. So definitely please stay tuned till the end of the session. So definitely it will be a valuable session. So on behalf of Dr. M.G.R Education Research Institute, I welcome all the participants, especially for registering yourself for this wonderful webinar and attending this session live. So I really congratulate the department once again and wish this event a grand success and all the best. Have a great session. Thank you also. I also thank the department for inviting me to talk a few words. So have a great session and have a great day too. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words. Now it's time to introduce our eminent chief guest. I request Ms. Ramya, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management, to introduce our chief guest for the day. Over to you, Ms. Ramya.
Thank you, ma'am. I extend a warm welcome to all of you. I find immense pleasure in introducing our eminent speaker, Mr. Joshua David M D. Joshua has over 16 years of rich experience in the HR function, specializing in all aspects of talent acquisition, which includes campus hiring, lateral hiring, and recruiting audit, and compliance majorly across services, business process, ITS, and aviation industries. His education background includes bachelor's and master's degree in labor management from the reputed Tamil Nadu Institute of Labor Studies and master's in human resource management from Pondicherry University. He had earlier been associated with some of the top multinational organizations like HCL Technologies, Kingfisher Airlines, Wipro Technologies, Tech Mahindra, Cognite Technology Solutions, and Hexaware Technologies. Currently, our speaker is associated with MPHASIS, Chennai since June 2021 and is managing talent acquisition, India campus hiring. Sir is passionate about training and has a wide range of experience in addressing and grooming future aspiring students and educates them on the significance of understanding the basis in whatever they do. Through this initiative, he has addressed more than 1 lakh students across India. Joshua has also been associated with professional HR forums like NHRD, NIPIM, Chroma, and HR Sangam. He is also the executive committee of Chroma. In his leisure time, he enjoys strumming the guitar, strings, and loves to ride bikes. So we feel extremely proud and thank you for accepting our invitation and your presence today. On behalf of the department and management, we wish you all success in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ramya. That was an outstanding profile. Now the most awaited time has arrived. Without any further delay, I welcome our guest of honor and speaker for the day, Mr. Joshua David, to proceed with his presentation. So, we have no doubt that your experience talk is going to be an eye-opener for all the participants today. Thank you so much once again for accepting our invitation and gracing the program with your wonderful presence as our resource person. I now request you to take over the session, sir. To you now, sir.
Thank you so much. There are a lot of people who are involved in this. I'm really surprised to see that a lot of people who are put together, come together to make this a successful session. So, Vanakkam, I'm Joshua David. You would have heard. I'm just, I cannot forget this organization called M.G.R University, because the earlier organization where I worked for is Hexaware Technologies in Siriseri. So early morning, 6:30 bus used to come and pick me like a college student. We used to go to office and come back in the night. So morning and night we used to cross.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for the interruption. Can you please be much more louder, sir?
Okay. So is that okay now, or still the same?
Much more louder. We expect a little more so that the audio may be more clear.
Okay, so I'm talking on my loud voice. Is that okay still, or it is still the same?
It's fine now, sir.
It's fine now. Okay.
Thank you,
start
sir.
from the big. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for bringing that to my notice. Okay. So M.G.R University is always a special one, because my earlier organization was with Hexaware before I joined MPHASIS. So morning, when I take the bus to the office, we used to cross M.G.R University, and evening the same route. So we used to cross M.G.R University. So I used to think this college I've not went for any campus interviews, neither did any sessions. So the in 2019, I got an opportunity to interact with B students and with Dr. Ganesan sir and Mahalakshmi ma'am, the placement officers there. And we did a drive for the 2020 pass out. And then, then last year and this year it is virtual. And suddenly I got a call from Dr. Jain ma'am that we need to do a session for the HR students, which I very limitedly did, but that's okay. At the end of the day, it is translating what your experience is all about. So I literally had a different content altogether. But when sir and madam spoke before the session, I just thought I'll just put this for 5-10 minutes, and then I'll go what talent acquisition, how do you really attract the best talent after COVID or before COVID, whatever you talk about, it is attracting talent, right? Because talent acquisition is not only recruiting, it is candidate experience. It is how do you onboard a candidate, how do you literally attract a candidate. So all put together is talent acquisition. So I'm just going to talk all my 16 years of experience with various industry background. I'm not going to give you any advice. I'm not going to do any magic. I'm not going to do any training. I'm sorry. I'm not a trainer. I'm not a magician. I'm just going to tell you my experience of what is all about. Okay, I'm very passionate about recruitment. I'm very passionate about people. I'm very passionate about process. So that is why somebody asked me, how can a person be in talent acquisition for more than one and a half decades? So I always tell them passion and liking the job and running, because talent acquisition is always a hot seat, my friends. So maybe other jobs, people may take some rest, take some vacation, but talent acquisition is the only team in any IT company or any company. They even work till the end of the year, because there are a lot of people who go for furloughs, they go for vacations at the end of the year, right? December 20th, they all enjoy the year end and the year starting. But we see talent acquisition people working. I'm talking only about my experiences, right? So I know there are a lot of freshers, there are a lot of scholars, there are a lot of experienced people, the faculty members who are listening to this program. So for all the students and to all the people of currently out of your job, let me tell you, there are two things which we think we take it very lightly, but that is one of the major pointers in our career, in our way forward. The first and the foremost thing is your academics. Okay, a lot of people think we just joined joined a college, we did 2 years of MHRM or MBA, whatever you call it as, and then we need to get a job and sail through, join a company, and then get an experience. Okay, friends, let me tell you one thing very clearly. I know I always tell this whenever I talk to all the participants. Talent acquisition is the first page in the Peter Drucker's book of Fundamentals of Management, if I'm not wrong. Right? I've not crossed that page. And there are, I think, 365 pages in that book. And I always tell I'm still stuck in that first page, because recruitment is the first initiative or any engagement of any HR process. Right? But let me tell you, that is the most delicate and the most toughest, complex process in any HR related things. Why I'm telling you this is, when I'm speaking to sir, when I started my conversation, it's very difficult to attract a talent from an industry. Okay, you sell your organization, you talk about your organization, you give him the salary, but he will not be convinced, right? I joined MPHASIS last month, which is June 4th of. There were a lot of people who wanted to get me into their organization. They were talking about salary, they were talking about a position in their organization, but I took a decision that I should join MPHASIS into campus. So whatever you're talking about, you can be from the Googles or the Microsoft or the Apples or the Cognizant or the MPHASIS or the Exavas of the world, my friends. How are you going to sell your company? How are you going to put extra efforts in attracting that best talent? Is all up to you. So why I'm telling you all these things is, make sure you put that extra efforts during your academics, your 2 years of your studies. Maybe your 4 semester into 20 subjects. Maybe your last semester can be your project or your field work or your intern, whatever you call it as. All right. Why I'm telling you all these aspects is, when you're very strong in your academics part, when you're very strong in what you want to convey, I think you are halfway through. Right? A lot of people go to projects. They do projects for the sake of doing it. ஏதோ போனோம் ஏதோ பண்ணோம், we submitted the project, what is that, viva was நடக்கும், we get marks and complete MBA, and we call ourselves as an MBA student. I also did the same thing. I'm not denying the fact, but my point is, today we are living in a very, very challenging environment, my friends. 2004, when I completed double masters, there were a lot of companies were hiring talent acquisition people, because that is where IT came into picture. So getting a job, it was a cakewalk. I just called my senior who was already there in HCL. I just called, Anna, I've just completed my course. Can you get me a job? He told, come tomorrow. We'll have a interview done. He gave me an offer. Today's scenario is totally different. For one person, they at least screen 100 resumes, knowingly or unknowingly. And you know the worst part? Even for a talent acquisition job, a BE, a BCA, or a BSc candidate apply for it. So what we have done today is kind of diluted our profession. Why? Is because our MBAs and MHRM people are not up to the par. I'm sorry to say this. I'm no one to say this, but my point is, that is what people say in today's scenario. Why don't you take a BE guy, train him, and because he's a technical guy, maybe he can do a part-time MBA and then he can gel with our organization. See, my friends, this is what people talk outside in the market. So you have to be very clear as academics, as the additional technical skills. What I want to talk in the next part of the program is, like, academics மட்டும் போதுமா? Is that enough in terms of taking your career forward? It's no. There's something called technical skills. So what is this technical skills is all about? So we do MBA, we do MHRM. How many of you read an extra book? How many of you read an extra magazine? How many of you go to libraries? How many of you get some magazines? How many of you subscribe for Business Insider or a Forbes or a Harvard Business Review or a Fortune? My friends, let me tell you, today people are interviewed on those aspects. Why? Is because, not because we read them, not because we know them. You get a lot of inside information from all the organizations. You name an organization, those magazines will project, because a lot of people do research papers. A lot of people write blogs. A lot of people write various information which is compiled into a book, and you get that information. See, why I'm telling you all these things is, I was not able to get those information when we complete our masters or our employment. Those days, we weren't so much informed about what is happening in the external world. We were like a layman. Okay, finished. Maybe we finished we finished our masters and we got a job, and then we thought, okay, let's start doing it. But my point is, today, why don't you start doing it even before somebody capturing your mind share or capturing your part in an industry? So my humble request is, take that extra effort, put that part in your curriculum. Okay, what do I do next? What is the extra knowledge can I acquire from whatever I've studied from my academics? Hey, today, guys, let me tell you, 60%, 70%, 80% is immaterial. Okay, let me tell you, one point in time is, like, if you sit before an interviewer and if you're able to crack that interview for next half an hour, I think that is more than enough. Today, nobody looks at a person with 70%, 80% grade and select a person. Sorry, every organization has moved out of that criteria, moved out of that so-called grids and places in the organization. So what you acquire, how far you have placed yourself in LinkedIn, how far you placed yourself in social media, right? Facebooks, Instagrams are all important. They're all our leisure times. But how much time we spend on our LinkedIn postings, our LinkedIn messages, or LinkedIn talks to professionals, please do it. Nobody's going to deny, no, I'm going to not talk to this person. A lot of people give advice. Not every HR can give you a job, but they can give their mind share, they can give their experience, they can give their professional backouts, or their failures, their success, they can share it with you. All right. So my point is, talent acquisition is not a joke. Again, I'm telling you, when you talk to your business people, because I have this experience always. Hey, I think you guys go get people and come, but they don't know the efforts which is put across in each candidate to be hired in the organization. Today it is totally different. Today they talk about the AIs of the world, Internet of Things of the world, because there a lot of things have changed. Today people are talking about, do we need a talent acquisition guy in our organization? I think we should break all those myths, because human interaction is the only thing to crack those in any organization. Let me give you a classical example before I start. How are we going to attract the right talent? What are the challenges before COVID and after COVID? Right? I was working for an organization called Satyam Computers. Today it is called as Tech Mahindra. Right? Wherever I go, I handle very, very, very niche requirements, very tough skills we've talked about, advanced skills you're talking about. So on those areas, I was handling skills called infrastructure management. So I used to hire all maintenance, all admin profiles, meaning a Windows admin, a Solaris admin, to quote an example, right? A Citrix, a VMware. So there was a lot of challenges. Business was beating up my boss, me, the HR guys, and they were talking about, "Hey, what is that you're doing? What is that you guys are doing something different, right?" So my office was exactly next to Kalaiwana Arangam, which is Sun TV's office, where our late respected Chief Minister Karinger and our current Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, they all meet, they have all their meetings, and the next building is our Satyam office. So obviously, you see a lot of people coming and getting bouquets, flowers, garlands to the party members. So I used to ride my bike from my house to office. So I normally cross that road, and I see that bouquet shop. I worked in Satyam for close to 2 years, and I used to cross that shop. One day, one thing struck my mind. Okay, it can be the leastest or the dumbest ideas I ever had, but I thought, why don't I do that? The idea was nothing but, why don't I send a bouquet to a candidate for all my offers, on all my niche skill offers, if we talk about all the advanced skills offered candidates, and why don't I write a note? I don't want to type. I write a note addressing their parents, stating, dear parents, or dear, we get their names, right, when we get the candidate information, so we addressed. And I just thought I will say, thank you so much for having your son working for us, and this is one of the bouquet. We just thought we will welcome him even before joining, and thank you so much, which a bouquet and some sweets I thought I will send. I spoke to the HR. HR told, the budget is very less, so please go ahead, because bouquet is going to cost you somewhere. I'm talking about 2007 and 8. The bouquet was costing somewhere around 100 rupees, maybe a sweet box another 100 rupees. So 10 people, 2,000 bucks. So I got a budget of 5,000 bucks. So they told, just test for 1 month. If it is going to work, carry forward with your activity. Maybe you can add sweet box, we can add a Cadbury chocolate or whatever it is, and you can just write, and we will sign it accordingly. Trust me, when I started doing this, okay, the before 2 months, when I offered 10 people, 2 or 3 people joined me. When I started doing this, 9 people joined me. Why I am telling you this is, you are not only targeting the candidate, you're targeting the candidate family as a whole. You are thanking the parents of the candidate, stating thanks for letting your son or daughter to join my organization. Why I'm telling you this is talent acquisition is all about having crazy ideas. Talent acquisition is all about the futuristic approach. Talent acquisition is all about giving a holistic picture, a holistic experience to a candidate. Trust me, when I joined Cognizant and I had the same experience, I want to hire a guy and I just called the guy who was working for Satya. I don't know he will shout with that joy because we always talk because from morning till evening you talk to people. So I just put that in speaker. So his name is Ilayaraja. Not sure if he's listening to this. Maybe. So I just called him and I told this is Joshua. He shouted in joy for at least a couple of minutes. See, my friends, why I'm telling you this is whatever you do with passion. And for talent acquisition, passion has to be double fold. Otherwise, don't do that. Okay. So you're looking at a passionate guy on talent acquisition. Okay. So my friends, academics, your technical skills and passion and small ideas can take you a long way in terms of attracting the right candidate. So I just thought with this note, I have another 20 minutes. Time is 35. I just complete at 55 and then I'll take questions and answers. Okay, so guys who are already in the job, on job, and who was wanting to get into because all have completed your MBA second year or your MHRM second year and you're going to get a job. The first and the foremost thing, there is something called active job seekers and passive job seekers. So my request is always touch base with the passive candidates, because active people, let me tell you them, they will be all around all the companies, they will be across the places, and they will have some 6-7 offers and they will not join you. So my humble request to all the people in this arena, it can be before COVID or after COVID or even after 100 years, this has to be a mantra that touch somebody who's not looking out for a job, and attracting him is going to be a biggest challenge, and you will be successful if you're going to do the due diligence of it. Build a relationship with those employees and build that reputation with them. Okay, a lot of people say, so why should you spend time with a passive candidate? Passive candidate is meaning who is not looking out for a job, who is very very settled, kind of content with what he is doing. So tap those guys from the market. Okay, so my first point is focus on them, talk to them, ask the right question. What is making you to sit in that organization? Why don't you come to my organization and learn and grow? That will trigger me, right? So always look out for a passive candidate in the industry. Second most important thing, see, our hiring managers are always have a nice job. They will give you a target and they will sleep nicely. Okay, they will be not bothered because for them it is like they need some people to join for their billability resource. Be very very clear. It has to be a collective efforts in terms of hiring a person. I have made that point very very clear in all my organization where I work for. Don't lose out on the opportunities. Ask your hiring managers to come and sit with you, use their social network, and hire proactively. Okay, because for example, today I will name few skills. There will be big data science. These are all the skills which is very hot in the market, right? And all those hiring managers will have their own network in LinkedIn. So ask them to post your LinkedIn JD, LinkedIn notes or LinkedIn profiles. and also ask them to interact with the candidates. Maybe if they are okay to be interested in doing some hackathons, okay to do some kind of an activity, don't lose out on those opportunities. Okay, so make use of your hiring managers very properly in all your hiring process, because they will then know the pain of a recruiter. They will not blame, they will not write some blank email stating, I don't know where I will get my resources, I don't know whether the recruiters are working on it. But when you put your efforts in front of him stating, hey, you should always be part of my hiring because it's your requirement and you are in that skill, and you should know the efforts what I put, the struggles what I go through in getting one candidate from the market, right? Because today the openings and the resources are humongous, but we're not getting the right candidate from the market. It can be anybody, it can be technical guys, it can be HR guys. Team, let me tell you, I handle the campus for MPHASIS, and we are not getting proper campus students from the colleges. So we have a long way to go. We have a lot of industry academia connect to be done, and setting the right expectations with the candidate. But why I'm telling you all these things is, getting the right talent is always a challenge. And as a talent acquisition student, talent acquisition expert, acquisition research analyst, and other people who are in this forum, please understand that you have to put a lot of extra efforts. Think strategically, what is the best can be done at any point in time, you will be successful. Right? So include your hiring managers, include your businesses, and start hiring. Okay. Third most important thing is, always do a sales strategy during recruitment process. See, a lot of people, you know what we do, we get the requirement, we go to the market, start hiring. Right? You should always first sell our first, you should know who you are working for. That is where a lot of challenges happens, my friends. Because why I'm telling you this is, whenever I talk to a fresher or a lateral guy, the first question I ask is, what you know about my company. They will say they could have not done a background analysis or history. They will just tell, sir, this company is there for 25 years, this company has an employee population of this, and this is what. Please understand one thing, if you are not clear who you are working for, I'm sorry, you cannot be a talent acquisition specialist. Please understand, like the way you know who you are, you should first sell yourself to the candidate. Why did you join this organization? And if you're able to convince yourself, you can convince the other candidate and other candidate from the market. Because today, candidates are very smart. They will ask you whatever you're going to pay them, pay the double of the other company. They're going to check 1,000 times, why should I join an X employer? Why should they join a Y employer? And so on and so forth. So my humble request is, first, start knowing who you are. Who is your employer? Make sure that you sell the employer of a choice to that candidate. Second most important thing is, don't please rely on job boards. I'm sorry to say this. When I always give a requirement, people will start opening Naukri, Monster, IIM Job, start hiring. That anybody can do it. Why should you need a talent acquisition expert to do that? I'm not denying that if you get 200, 300 requirements of Java or .NET or any hiring per se, you should definitely do a mass mail, do a Boolean search, and get the right candidates. But my point is, my friends, today industry is evolving. Candidates know what they wanted to do. They are getting into a lot of organizations. A lot of people call them day in and day out. What is the differentiator you can do as a talent acquisition specialist? Again, I'm telling you, it is COVID, no COVID. COVID is not there in this world. This is the approach. This is the mantra. Okay. That is what I just told you. Success factor. What is your personal growth? How are you going to sell yourself to that person, to that individual? And you will not get a surprise on Monday morning. You call him, Saravanan, are you joining today? No, Joshua, I've joined another organization. So all your efforts for 3 months, today every company has a notice period of 2 to 3 months. All your experiences of 3 months, all your goodwill, what you have done with your hiring managers is all shattered in one call and 1 minute. And you will get up with a escalation mail from the business that we waited for 3 months and Saravanan has not joined. So don't get into that note. Don't get into that experience. Make sure if you offer X, make sure he will join you. Okay. Always have a buffer. That's always there. But my point is, you should know who you are hiring and who is your business. Fourth most important thing I wanted to tell you is have a dedicated team. My friends, let me tell you, I'm also an industry expert for the past 16 years, and I've seen a lot of companies doing a lot of mistakes. I cannot quote them because they try and see, they do a trial and error of how it is working, on how things can be done. We have literally diluted the team called talent acquisition. I'm very, very sad to say this, but I have no other choice to do it. Why is because the initial I told you, right? We as MHRM students, we as MBA, we as MLMs, we as MSW students have failed to get the mind share. Is why the attitude towards a job. You know what happens is I'm an MSSW student. I'm a TIL student. I'm a student from this college. I will not do this job. That is the wrong things which you have done till date. I quote an example here because there are a lot of people in this forum and companies does a lot of mistakes, and I want to tell you this. That's okay. If people think wrong about me, I'm not bothered. In catering industry, in a hotel industry, okay, you can be from anybody, you can be from any organization. You know what you should do first? You should first clean the plates in the kitchen. Because you are from a premium institute, nobody wanted you to come and cut the prawns or cutleries or do some pizzas or the burgers. No. First, you should clean the plate. That is the bottom line. Today, what we do, what we think, because I'm a student from this college, I will only do a managerial job. I will not know what is happening in the bottom or what is happening on the ground. I'm sorry to say this, that is where your life goes for a toss, and you will not know the pain of your subordinates, what they content. Because they come to the meeting, they talk about strategies, they talk about planning, but they will not know what his or her colleagues undergo at the end of the day. So my dear students, my dear faculties, my dear professionals, my humble request is, let's do what is needed at this point in time. We should do the groundwork. We should know what, as a talent acquisition expert, as a talent acquisition student, research fellowships, we should know what is happening in the bottom line. Otherwise, I'm sorry to say this. Okay. So that is where your BSc biology student come and sit in hiring. Your BE student come and sit in hiring. I'm not blaming they shouldn't, but we have diluted as an education specialist, as an organization, as a curriculum, as students, we have diluted the industry. So what we should do, we should have a dedicated team to run that show, right? Let's have some BBAs, some MBAs, some MHRM sit with all the people, sit with the experts, discuss what is the things can be done, what is a better attraction can be done in the talent acquisition team, what is the best ideas somebody throwing. Don't take any idea to the dustbin, please implement. So somebody should have told, hey, why are you sending bouquet to students, man? Today I could have not told you that the best example of my life and career. Okay, so my point is, Even the dumbest idea, even it can be the idea which nobody could have liked it, just test it. Okay, just test it. All right. Today, CEOs of large organization could have done a very simple ideas or simple math. Today, you talk about why Jeff Bezos has been the richest man in this world online. He just taught this in 1980 when we started an organization called Amazon. Maybe a lot of people, hey, who is going to do online shopping here? They could have blasted him. They could have told all nonsense. But today he's the richest man in the world. I'm not talking about you have to become the richest person. My point is not at all there, and I'm not the guide to be. Because my reasons to live in this world is to be happy, not even success, because that is what we are living right at the end of the day. And what is that happiness is all about? When a candidate come in, when we sit together and talk about ideas, when we sit together and understand what is our business is all about. So that is what is happiness, right? So my point is, don't dilute the teams which we are going to I think. Um, Fifth most important thing before I end with another point, data, data, data. That is the biggest mantra for you today, my friends. Talent acquisition, guys, don't talk English, talk numbers. When I always tell my subordinates, when I always talk. So today there is a drive which is happening because Saturdays are always a hot day for all the talent acquisition people, because from Monday to Friday we work for the Saturday numbers, for Saturday drives. It can be virtual, it can be face to face, or whatever you talk about. But Saturdays are fire day because the business starts on Monday. What happened on Saturday? How many you lined up? How many people shortlisted? How many people to be offered? How many are joining? And all blah blah questions is come out. So my point is, when I ask a question, they always come with, today we had more numbers. Today we had less selects. I always tell them, what is this more and what is this less? So let me tell you one thing very clearly, my friends. If you are given a task, put it in a perfect data pointers. I wanted some Hadoop guys to join, some 10 Hadoop guys to join by another couple of months. Okay. Do a market intelligence. Which are the companies, which location, which are the companies having Hadoop? I'm giving an example. Okay. And what is the pay? What are the experiences? How many panels are available in that location, this location, this location? Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Pune, Noida. How many candidates you can line up on next Saturday? How many numbers? So I have lined up some 50 people today. There are 5 panels. They will take 10 interviews per day. And this is the location. And at the end of the day, evening, I'll get the selects. And in the end, you have some 8-9 selects. And who has done the L1, who has done the L2, and what is the final round of interview. And you get the salary, send them for the approvals. HR will approve, get the offers, and roll out. This is the date of joining. So my friends, always translate. Talent acquisition is numbers. Don't talk English. I'm sorry. When somebody speaking English, I don't think so that person is passionate about talent acquisition or numbers. When somebody is asking you, what have you done as a talent acquisition expert in your 16 years? As I rightly said, I could have told, I've addressed large number of people, but exactly told 1 lakh people, because last 2 months back, I completed 1 lakh addressing people, because I always have a count. I just do a normal math, because I should also tell people, right? These many people I have addressed in the session. So my point is, numbers always speaks. Numbers take you a longer way, and nobody can question you at the end of the day if you're a number data driven person. Okay, so always track what is happening across you. Always analyze data, what is in and around you, and always be a market intelligent person when you're doing talent acquisition. Okay, so on a nutshell, always attract a passive candidate who's there in the market. Always have a beautiful, a stronger rapport relationship with the hiring managers. Always know you, sell yourself as a person, understand what company you are, and get that individual to your company. Okay. Fourth most important thing is, please always have a strong talent acquisition team. Because today, let me tell you, when the requirement comes, people say, oh, give it to RPO, give it to vendors, give it to them, give it to them. So who is going to own your numbers? That is where most of the organization fail as a talent acquisition team. Again, I'm telling you, most of the organization, because of the bad leadership what they have, they don't know, they have not seen those numbers. So they don't build their team. They have trust on somebody else and they fail as an organization. I have seen this organization, I worked with an organization. So on that experience, I'm talking to you. So if you see cost in your talent acquisition, again, you fail as an organization. If your talent acquisition team is given the responsibility, is given the cost, given the free hand, your company will be the next Amazon, will be the next Google, will be the next Apple. If your hands are tied, if you're not given the elaborations of what you can do, if you're not given the permissions of what is your idea, I don't think so any organization is going to flourish as a grown-up organization, or any organization is going to go to the next level as talent acquisition. All right. So, my guys, again, I'm telling you, have a passion for talent acquisition. You will get COVID today. You may get a COVID tomorrow. As ma'am told, COVID is not going to end. It is going to be there for quite some time. And I just love that phrase as COVID is in the air, because we always heard love is in the air. Today, COVID is in the air. So my point is, as a talent acquisition profession, as a talent acquisition HR profession, as I'm talent acquisition because the topic is as a HR profession, be a holistic person. Understand what is happening with the knowledge what you have. And I think MGR University as an institution have done enormous, because I've been to your college, I've interacted with a lot of faculties, I've interacted with your vice chairman, with your students. I think their vision is something different. They wanted to do a lot of things to the students. So I just wanted this arena to translate what my experience is all about and what I want to tell you. And I always end. I have another 2-3 minutes. I always end any talk with this note, because at the end of the day, professional skills, technical skills is important, but more than anything else, your life skills is very important, because that will take you to a long way. The first H I always believed and always still believe still exists is being human. Why I'm telling you this is, today COVID has portified, right? The entire world. How many people literally helped? I'm sorry to say this word, poor people, or the people who don't have anything today. I think this is time to help the society. I think this is the time to lift the people who has nothing. This is definitely not the time to save. This is definitely not the time to live for ourselves. This is definitely not the time to enjoy our luxury. My friends, being human is the need of the hour, is the ask of the hour. So be human. That's my first H. Now we are in MGR University. You can go to any heights. You can go to any level. You can definitely be an entrepreneur shortly. You can be an advisor to a company. Be always humble. Okay, give the same respect to the security of your college, to the vice chairman of your college. It's just the situation is a security. Is a situation is a vice chairman. Everybody is human being, and you should be very humble and honored to do that. So be humble always. It will take you to heights, right? And the last hitch I always talk about is be happy, because from the time you are born, we are compared. From the time you are studying, you're always compared with the next door person. with the next door anytime, right? Because success is always determined a person, right? He's very successful, but if you talk whether he's happy, it's a question mark, right? But today's world, today's people need a lot of happiness because COVID has taken a lot of lives. um, Sorry to say, there's a lot of people without parents today, there are a lot of people without kids. uh, we were in a very very bad situation at the end of the day. Today, thanks to the engineering, thanks to the virtual world, today we're all connected through this. So be always happy, be always, whatever happens in life, which is more important. So I end my conversation with, be a human, be always humble, be always happy. And thank you so much, MGR University. Thank you so much, JM ma'am, for the call, for the opportunity. And thank you so much for all the students, for all the people who very patiently listen to what talent acquisition before COVID, after COVID. And today is Saturday. I know everybody wanted to have a leisure time, but you took your time off before lunch. And thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend and wonderful another 6 months for this year to end. I think COVID would get over very soon. Please get vaccinated. Always wear a mask. Take care of yourself, your family, and if it is not necessary, don't go out because COVID is still there and it is still there in the air. So, with that note, thank you. I'd be happy to take any questions, and I think I made a small difference in your life. Thank you once again. And this is Joshua David signing off. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for an enriching session. With your permission, shall we proceed with the question and answer session, sir?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Dear participants, if you have any queries or questions to ask, please post them in the comment box. Our speaker will be answering for your questions. I repeat, dear participants, if you have any questions or queries to ask, please post the same in the comment box. Our speaker will be answering to all your questions. All right, sir. I think they have not posted any questions. The presentation was very clear and crystal, and we have received excellent feedback from our participants. So I think we can wind up this question and answer session.
No
Is
problem,
this
ma'am.
fine?
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for organizing. I think these small sessions will definitely help all the budding professionals, students, and also faculty members. I'm not telling that if this industry academia happens now and often, I think we will all be in the same page. And it's a win-win situation, right? At the end of the day, we will also get good students from the institutes where we work for. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you all for this opportunity.
So excuse me, sir. We have one question
Yeah.
from Ms. Durga. Which is the best quality to be improved post implications of COVID?
I told you, Durga, be human. Today, there are a lot of people are missing that human factor in life. I still feel people have not learned from this COVID also. They're still the same. There are a lot of people are still the same. So only one good quality. We should all become more human. And day in day out, we talk to people, right? As talent acquisition specialists, as a HR people, all the students, all the professionals look at human resource as we play multiple roles, right? We are a psychologist, we are a counselor, we are a peacemaker, we also a mediator to management and all. So I think if all these things are taken care, right, I think we should definitely be more human, in these pandemic days, in this, and a positive individual, because a lot of people are sitting at home. There are a lot of individuals who are stressed and depressed. So I think let's all be positive and confident that we will fight this as human beings. And there are a lot of things which have happened in the past few centuries. And we've been affected by what is that? Spine flus. There are a lot of flus which I don't want to name at this point in time. But we will also cross this with all our vaccines and with all our good wills. And I think I think I answered your question.
Thank you, sir. So, any other questions? No. All right, sir. So then there are no more questions. So I think we can wind up this question and answer session as of now.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for delivering a wonderful and an informative session. Your session was highly successful in the sense that it reached all the participants effectively and helped them to understand more on current recruitment needs, as well as being forward-looking and predicting future talent requirements in the organizations. At this happy moment, we would like to present our appreciation letter to the chief guest. I request Ms. Akshaya to display the appreciation letter.
I think this is super fast.
Ms. Akshaya, can you please display the appreciation letter?
That's okay if it has not been displayed. Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. I think now it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Akshaya. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. With that being said, Ms. Vasanthi, Assistant Professor from the Department of Human Resource Management, is eagerly waiting to express her gratitude to everyone who helped in the success of conduct of today's webinar. I hence invite her to propose the formal vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Niveda. Social scientists have found that best way to feel happiness is to practice gratitude. On this note, I would like to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the management and on behalf of the Department of Human Resource Management. I take immense pleasure to thank Mr. Joshua David M D, Campus Lead, MPHASIS, for his exponential talk on how to make a successful career in human resource management. Thank you, sir, for your excellent speech. And we hope all our students who are listening to your speech today would definitely take the cue from your speech and make a progress in their career management. Thank you, sir. Once again, on behalf of the management, I thank you for your excellent speech. I thank all the students, participants, and the participants who have registered here in large numbers. Thank our Dean, Dr. Manivannan, our Deputy Deans, Dr. Arunachalam, and Dr. Senthil Kumar for their support. I thank Dr. Jayam, our head of the department, for encouraging us always to organize such programs. I thank my colleagues, Ms. Ramya and Ms. Niveda, for anchoring this project for this program. And I would like to place on records and our appreciation and thanks to the tech team, Ms. Akshaya and Ganesh Babu, for supporting us at all the programs. And thank all the participants once again for being with us this afternoon. And thank you all. Have a pleasant, happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, the feedback and assessment form is available in the YouTube comment section. You are requested to complete and submit the form before 2 p.m. today. Later, the form will be deactivated. The e-certificate for participation will be sent to your registered email immediately. I repeat, the feedback and assessment form is available in the YouTube comment section. You are requested to complete and submit the form before 2 p.m. today. Later, the form will be deactivated. The e-certificate for your participation will be sent to your registered email immediately. As per a policy, we normally won't ask our speakers to share their PPT, but this video will be ever available in our YouTube channel. We have come to an end of the program and hope everyone has gained knowledge. With the satisfaction of presenting a good webinar, we wish to sign off and meet you in the next program. Don't forget to submit your feedback form and subscribe our YouTube channel, Dr.M.G.R University Phase II Digital Learning, and also follow our department Instagram, Dr.M.G.R_HRM 2019. We are also available in Facebook, Dr.M.G.R HRM, and Twitter, Dr.M.G.R HRM 2019 for further updates about our programs and videos. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Dr.M.G.R Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai. Dr.M.G.R Educational and Research Institute, University, Madurai, Chennai.